Sorry. On behalf of Oceania team, I would like to welcome each and everyone on this call, and would appreciate if in the chat, if everyone could just drop in where they're tuning in from, would be greatly appreciated. So, ladies and gentlemen, those who don't know me, my name is Imtiaz Shah. I'm based here in Sydney, and I have been personally involved with this project from January, and out of this 6 months, I gave in full part-time effort for 4 months, and till to date, I have earned just over 27,000 Australian dollars, and my team is rapidly growing, and we are creating leaders. So here at this project we are involved with is basically all about empowering others and copy and pasting what you learn. So with that, I would be inviting one of our top leaders from Melbourne. His name is Brother Rueben. He will come in as he's one of the top leaders here on Oceania. He loves to help people. He loves to share his wisdom. He loves to help people who want to go to the next level, and is always willing to give that extra mile. So with that, I will get Brother Rueben to come and give us a overview of this project we are all involved with, and we go from there. So Rueben, the call is all yours, my brother.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brother Imtiaz. Good evening or good afternoon, everyone, depending on which part of the world you're jumping in from. Might have a few good mornings as well. Guys, can we please pop in the chat group at 777 to say thank you to our Brother Imtiaz. It's part of our culture of honor. He's done a great job hosting today. I love the fact that the business that we're part of and the opportunities we have is that we can be anywhere and we can be still jumping in online. How good is technology, right? So yes, people are putting sevens in, so that means you can hear me. Let's see if everyone's on. Please pop a 777 in just to say you're on, you can hear me, and to say thank you to our Brother Imtiaz. Good to see everyone on. If there's anyone you think needs to join in who has missed out and hasn't jumped in yet, please tell them to jump in, because we're going to start now. And good to see everyone in. You want to pop in which country you're from or which part of Australia. If you're from Australia, a lot of our team from Oceania. But if you're from another country as well, just put that in. I love to greet everyone and say hi. As we do that, let me get started on our presentation. And I am super excited to have everyone here. My name is Rueben Sarvananthan, and for those who don't know me, I've called Australia home for the last 35 years, and business entrepreneur, father of 9, love to travel the world with my wife. We love traveling, seeing new places, finding out about new cultures, and always had a fascination for investments and freeing up time. And I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll tell my story as I share these slides. The investment opportunity we want to share with you today is about an investment in the $1 trillion industry that is very time critical. In other words, just can you imagine that there is trillions of dollars floating around literally that you have access to, and if you can tap into that market, it will literally be a game changer for pretty much everyone and anyone that I know, because we're not talking about a $100,000 income, $1 million income business. We're literally talking about a $1 trillion industry that you can just grab as much as you want or as little as you want. So who's excited here? Because I'm super excited. If you're excited, I want you to put an XXX for excited. No, let's not put an XXX because that sounds a bit funny. Let's put a 999 in the chat group, because I just started typing XXX and I thought that doesn't sound good. And no LOLs, please. So 999 in the chat group if you're super excited about the idea of tapping into something that we could not do up until now, and I want to share that with you. And if you're first time on this call, then you get a little bit of a landscape view of what we're doing, an overview, and we get into more details on Saturday. So don't forget to be part of the Saturday training. Talk to the person who invited you. I like what Warren Buffett said: if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Now, that is a very serious statement, very important statement. Warren Buffett was once the richest man in the world. He is definitely the richest man in the stock industry, and they're worth billions of dollars into the trillions. So what made you show up today? and hopefully it's not because you were dragged in by someone, but you showed up either number one, to find another source of income apart from work, number two, to learn to generate passive income, three, could be because you wanted to find better returns for your capital savings to grow, four, to create a better lifestyle for you and your family, five, to be an investor that makes money make money, six, to produce income for your non-profit organization, or there might be another reason you showed up. So I want you to put in the chat group which numbers pertain to you and why you showed up today, and why it's important that we respect your time here and really appreciate it. But also, when I know what reason you showed up for, that helps me a lot better in the presentation and guiding where the presentation goes to. So I'll give you a couple of seconds to just type in numbers. If you put number 7, then if you put all, that includes number 7, then please do put what the other is. For me, the number 7 would be to help others like yourselves achieve the same thing, because I would certainly say all these reasons are the reasons I turned up, and why I keep turning up and seeing some amazing things take place. And it's so good to see each one of you here. What are the reasons you turned up for? What is a number that you can pop in there that would be of benefit, that you say, this is the reason why I'm here? So guys, here's one of the most important things I was reading just recently by a guy called Morgan Housel, that said that freedom is about controlling your time, and controlling your time is the highest dividend money pays. Would you agree with that? Like literally, what mankind is looking for is freedom. What does that mean? Let me just explain a little bit further and why this connects with this trillion-dollar industry and this investment opportunity that we have. Well, having a strong sense of controlling one's life, this is written by psychologist Angus Campbell. They looked at what happiness means, and they did a research there, and after the research they found, this is the conclusion he found: having a strong sense of controlling one's life is a more dependable predictor of positive feelings of well-being than any of the objective conditions we have considered. What does that mean? Well, more than your salary, more than the size of your house, more than the prestige of job, control over doing what you want, when you want to, with the people you want to, is the broadest lifestyle variable that makes people happy. How many of you would agree with that? And this is from a book called The Psychology of Money. So more than salary, house size, prestige of job, the ability to control what we do, when we do, with who we want to do it with, is the best opportunity we have, and is the best sense of happiness when we can have that opportunity. How many of you would agree with that? If you would you put a yes in the chat group? Let me just play this opportunity for you called Metfi and get you to have a bit of an introduction about what we're talking about today.
Access. The next tech megatrend. Join the top Web3 unicorn incubator. Build the strongest decentralized community. Earn automatic, active, and passive income. Grow your team, your rank, your wealth. Own your assets, your network, your benefits. Be part of the global shockwave of success. It's here. It's now. It's real. Metfi, a true venture arm for the people.
Wow, amazing. This is truly like a movie trailer, and as I was saying to people, Wednesdays is like a movie trailer because it is just showing a snapshot of the opportunities that are there. So what will we hear from this video? That Metfi, which is what we're introducing the opportunity to today, is about the next tech megatrend. And if you want to Google what megatrend is, it is the next thing that's going to make shockwaves around the world, and it affects individuals, communities, and nations. It's part of Metfi is being able to join the top Web3 incubator. And Web3 is the latest. We've had Web 1 technology, Web 2, Web 3 is what we are moving into. It's around the metaverse. It's around virtual reality. It's around AI. And whether we like it or not, it's taking place. And the question is whether we want to be a part of it and earn money from it. 3, to build the strongest decentralized community. What do we mean by that? How many of you are sick of being controlled by banks and the governmental organizations that seem to take more than they give in terms of money and sometimes even in terms of freedom? The ability to build a strong decentralized community is the ability to take control with like-minded people where you can choose what you want to do with your finances. You can choose what you want to do with your freedom. I often speak to people about the ability of setting up better structures that reduce the amount of tax you pay. I'm not about tax evasion. I'm looking at tax minimization. And when I look at that, I think about, wow, the more I can keep back, the better. Employees get the worst taxes in most countries because they pay the most. Organizations that are decentralized reduces that and gives us the opportunity to take control of, better control of the way we want to do business and do things. Earn automatic active and passive income. It's automatic. This is done through a blockchain technology on a decentralized platform, and money comes straight into your wallet, which is on your device. So I know all of you got devices here because you're on Zoom today listening to this. Grow your team, your rank, and your wealth. Again, the opportunity is there to be passive and invest, or to become a business owner that creates a ready-made business that's there for you, that's very easy to get into with a very low investment of just 100 USDT. And you can grow your team, your rank, and your wealth. You can own your own network, your assets, and your benefits. That's very important in today's world. A lot of time, those of you who've ever bought a house, and if it's on a loan, know that you don't truly own that house until you've paid the final amount to the one you've borrowed money from. So in this situation here, we get to own the network, the assets, the benefits from the word go, and be part of the global shockwave of success. You get an opportunity to get into something that is at the very grassroots before it goes out to the masses. And by doing that, you get the opportunity, just like if you got in early with Tesla or with Google or with Facebook, you would have made a huge amount of money. You get an opportunity to do that here as part of Metfi. So I'm looking at the idea of this Forex and crypto world, which is a $1 trillion industry. Again, it's available, like I said, to anybody with access to a phone or smart device with Wi-Fi, which is you and me. In the past, the masses didn't have access. Now we do. But getting in early gives you that added advantage as well. Why should we get into crypto, and why would it change your life, and why can it change your life? Well, first of all, people of all ages are becoming wealthy through crypto. Now is the best time to get into the crypto space because we're just coming out of a bear market, getting into what is called a bull run, which we will see 5, 10, 50, 100, even 500 times money coming in based on an investment. That is powerful. Imagine putting $100 in and getting 500 times more. And I'm going to show you that in a few minutes in real terms of what's happening. The cryptocurrency space runs off emotions and passion. Now that's important. Once you understand the emotions and passions of the market, it becomes easy to produce income from it. It's outperforming every other asset class, and the future is paperless. We're looking at things that are in the digital world now that is easy for anyone to access and take a hold of. I've got people from as young as 17 years of age to as old as 75 years of age who are in my team, who are part of this. The industry leaders are joining in as well, and that tells you something, okay? Now, the great thing about cryptocurrency is you don't have to wait for others. You don't have to wait for others to exit before entering. You just go in. And when you make money, you bring it out and you create a lifestyle that's worth living through that. Metfi is also on the blockchain, and this blockchain is a game changer in our industry. It puts you back in control of your time, assets, and wealth creation. Okay, how is it a game changer? It's transparent, it reduces transaction costs, faster transaction settlements, decentralization, user control networks. It's more efficient, easy to audit, traceable, more secure, worldwide adaptions. It doesn't matter which part of the world you're in, anyone and everyone can be part of it. Automated operations. It's open, everyone can see it. distributed architecture and flexible, but it's immutable as well. Nobody can change once it's been put on what can be done. So imagine in the future, has anyone bought property? If you have, please put a one in the chat group if you've bought property in the past. And if you've bought property, have you ever had an agent that you had to engage in to buy the property through, and how much did that agent make, right? And normally 1 to 2% the agent would get. That means if we sold a property for $1 million, that agent will get between 10 to 20,000 of that money as his or her fees. Plus, anyone else in between will also be getting money. Now, on a blockchain, it's happening right now. You can buy property using blockchain contracts. You don't need middle people because everything is set transparently and can be seen and executed, and saves you money. There's more money in your pocket and more money in the seller's pocket and the buyer's pocket. That is just one of many examples with blockchain technology. Another example is in the medical field. How many of you carry around your medical file or trust the hospital or your doctor to carry that around? Having on the blockchain technology with what we call an NFT, you can actually have all your assets in your possession. You know who has access to it, and you know if it's ever been changed or altered, and that gives you more control over your life and over your personal health. How many of you know that it's no use having a lot of money if you don't have good health, right? And keeping our health and living longevity to enjoy what we're making is very, very important. Guys, put a 555 in the chat group if you're still with me. Just like to hear from everyone. I can see people on, but everyone's quiet online. And just want to make sure we're tracking well with this information and that it's being helpful to you. So let me see some love. Let me see some 555s coming through. That would be great. I'm seeing some hand clapping. That's awesome. I hope this is helping. So how do I define freedom? It's time to design a lifestyle worth pursuing, living, and leaving as a legacy. Okay, I love to travel around the world. Like I said, when I graduated and started working, I read an amazing book that changed my mind called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And once I read that book, it was a game changer for me to think about how can I produce income that frees up my time to go and do the things I love doing. Part of that is traveling, part of that is culture change, part of that is also teaching people about their identity and living out our purposes. And so I began a journey where I decided I don't want to be just ordinary. I don't want to just do ordinary things, do the things that everyone else is doing. I want to do something different. I want to do something that makes a difference in people's lives. And so in able to do that, I need to be able to change the mindset and the thoughts that I have. And so the biggest change was in my mind. So on a Monday, we have a wealth creation program that I encourage you to join and be a part of. And on a Saturday, we have more details on this particular platform. Today is just like a trailer of how good it is to be not to be ordinary. So who wants to be epic here? If you do, please put an E in the chat group. And yes, I will answer any questions after in the Q&A that are in the Q&A section. So thank you for the person who's put that question in. Awesome. Well, let me just play this video about being epic.
Predictable, typical, ordinary. In a word, normal. If that sounds like your life, it's time for a change of outlook. Normal table, epic table. Normal ride, epic ride. Normal view, epic view. Normal days, epic days. Quit watching life from the sidelines. Take action and seize the future you deserve. Dive deeper. Dream bigger. Demand better. It's your turn to build a legacy. Forget normal. Be epic.
who loves that video and who's excited about it. I am super excited when I hear these sort of amazing stories, and that's so good. So, guys, we want to be epic. So, how do we choose to be epic, not live an ordinary life? Well, part of that for me is I talk about designing our future. Metfi, can it help us design our future? It's one of the greatest platforms I have seen. Why? Because it's owned by the community. It's very different from what I've seen in the past. It's not owned by a company. It's an organization that is run by the community, for the community. All the profits are given to the community, and it's got decentralized finances, so it's outside of the jurisdiction of a company, of a government, of a banking system. We choose and control what we want to see take place with our finances. There's multiple sources of passive and active streams of income, and we get to create a lifestyle by design that's worth living. Now, there's some terminology that you might be or not be aware of that I want to chat about around the NFT world, around metaverse, around blockchain, around the DAO system, cryptocurrency, around the fact that it's community driven, decentralized, digital wallet, instant pay, and it's a business builder, right? Now, if any of those things, one or many of those things kind of attract you and you go, I can create a lifestyle worth living in the next month, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years tops. These are long-term and short-term investment opportunity through this Metfi and with this thing we call an NFT, a non-fungible token. I want you to be part of this. There are two ways that you can earn income, passively and actively. And there are 10 potential income streams from just one NFT. And that is really a game changer. It's not something I've seen in many other projects. So you can be a passive investor long term, take your time, have tokens come to you every 12 hours. Keep that in mind, these Metfi tokens, I'm going to share a little bit about it in a few minutes about why it's so exciting. There's staking of more Metfi tokens that you can do. There's treasury claims, there's a Metbot, that there's trades for you, there's a matrix spillover commission that you can get, and that's all passive. That's a long-term investment plan of 1-2 years if you want. Then there's the active income for those who want to treat this as like a business. They want to build a matrix. There's a lot of income to be made. We're talking about $1 trillion industry accessing that from it. Okay, and here's the kicker. If you want to be active, you can see a return on investment in just 45 days. And there are people who have already done that, including myself. That is huge potential in what it can do. So how do you get into Metfi? Well, basically, Metfi, to get in and be part of it, is to own an NFT. So own an NFT, you can receive tokens from it. There is a number of different passive and active returns from it. They start from as little as 100 USDT and grow all the way to 102,300 USDT for the NFT. So there's different NFTs. They're around seafood. As you can see, Metfi is also listed on PancakeSwap. So that's a super important thing to be aware of, that it is a listed token as well, and it's doing very well. So how do you get started? If you haven't already, get a decentralized wallet like MetaMask on your phone and talk to the person who invited you, and they may want to gift you an NFT to get you started, which is what we call a plankton, and then from there you move forward and start your journey as well. All right, so let me finish with 2 more slides. Freedom is controlling your time, is the highest dividend that money pays. That's what we would talk about as freedom. So Metfi is a $1 trillion industry with you can come into it with just your phone, passion, and having a purpose. It's not if there is enough for everyone, it's how big is your bucket to access it. What do I mean by that? Don't see this as an opportunity where it's like a pizza. Once you take the slices, it's gone. See this as an opportunity like the ocean. It is never ending, always possible. Only 5% of the population have got into crypto world. Another 10% will be joining in this year. That's 10% of the population, is about another 8 million people joining in this year alone. They're bringing their monies in. And as we buy and trade and look at smart ways of doing things, you can certainly make a huge amount of income in the next few months or the next few years, depending on the strategy that you take. All right. Let me just finish off before I take any questions. I want to finish off with just showing you some real world things, which I couldn't put on the slides because it's real world. Now, yesterday we were just looking at what's happening with Bitcoin as I become a student of Bitcoin and seeing how it's going up and down and dipping, and it's very, very exciting in what it's doing. Now, Bitcoin at the moment is 58,000, but twice it has hit the $72,000 mark. And that is very exciting to see because it is set to hit over 100,000 this year. Now, it started with just a few cents and it was worth just a few cents back in the day. Look at what it's worth today, 58,000, nearly 60,000 USD. What does this mean? As Bitcoin increases, we're looking at jumping into what is called a bull run. Bitcoin halved in April this year, and it will continue to halve every 4 years for the next 100 plus years. It's in the smart contracts and cannot be changed. Now, how does this affect us? Well, we've got a list of huge number of coins that we were looking at yesterday that are going to grow just as Bitcoin grows. I'll give you an example of, say, one that we were looking at today called Jasmine. Okay, and just to give you an idea of how we look at some of the coins and how this relates to Metfi. If you look at Jasmine, most of the coins that have a good project value in them have dropped dramatically. Jasmine has dropped by 99.5% of its all-time high. It is currently 0.02 cents in the dollar. And it will go up, predicted to go up to its all-time high once Bitcoin goes up to its all-time high and Ethereum goes up to its all-time high. And it's set to go up even higher to set a new high. Now imagine if you just even bought Jasmine at 0.02 and sold at $1. Imagine how much money you'll make. Okay, that's quite a lot of income coming in. Now, if you look at some of the other coins like Avalanche, for example, Avalanche, if I go and type that in, AVAX, very good project, $26.78, okay, current price. It's down 81% of its all-time high, $144 was its all-time high. What does that mean? Because these projects are really good, the expectation of it rising back to what it was and higher is very, very high potential. So it may seem like, oh, $26, would I buy it then? But what if it goes back to its all-time high? And again, these are predictions, but they're based on good tokenomics and good information that we're on. So let's look at the Metfi token in light of this and say, not every project is good, but a lot of projects that have a good case are. And the Metfi token was introduced into the live public about a year ago, but it's been on for 2 years. Now its all-time high over here is $5.70. It's down 92%. Okay, it's down to 42 cents. Now, what will its all-time high look like this time next year? Will it go to $5.70 and higher? I believe it'll go much higher than that. And the reason for that is that before it went public, its all-time high on the blockchain, which cannot be changed, like I mentioned, was $11.30. Very exciting time. So being part of this NFT, we can look at all these things that I've just shown you and these other coins and go, it can be confusing. And that's why we have a community that works together that says, buy an NFT, let it produce income for you. There's 10 ways of producing income, 5 passive, 5 more active. And there are over 30,000 members in our group. And what I love about this is that we have zero liabilities, which is excellent. $37 million has already been paid out in commissions. And we have a number of excellent projects here that have gone up in price. One of them being Sandbox, that we incubated at $849,000 as a community, and it's now worth $2.6 million. Okay, and we've got in our treasury over $12 million sitting, and that comes out to us. So there's a lot of good things here that I want you to be encouraged by. So guys, I want to tell you that if you want to hear more information and this has been helpful to you, come on Saturday. We have a 90-minute training where we go through more details, answer lots of questions, and if you're ready to jump in, talk to the person who invited you. Say, I'm ready to buy an NFT, I'm ready to try it out, $100 USDT starting, Okay, I started with $1,500 fish, and within 45 days I got back my return. I'm now upgraded to a shark, and it's producing every 12 hours. I'm producing about $2 worth of 2 USDT worth of tokens on a passive side every day. $2, sorry, $1 every 12 hours. That is powerful. Jamie, you had a great question. Is data on health, etc., protected well from hacking? I'm not that tech savvy. Not a silly question at all, Jamie. Great question. Yes, blockchain technology is much more secure than any other thing that we've ever seen. Okay, and everything on the blockchain is transparent. It is also immutable. It cannot be changed once it's put out there. So someone can't come and fraudulently make a change as they would with paper, or even with the data that we currently have on our computers, etc., that we can edit stuff. Once you're on blockchain, once it's been put, that information, it stays there permanently. So a lot of transactions now for companies, a lot of transactions for contracts, including our health transactions, etc., we have that opportunity for it to go on the blockchain, and that's the new technology coming in. Just imagine it's like the phone. We went from an analog phone to a digital phone. We've changed over. We're going from analog money, fiat money, to digital currency. It's a game changer. It also doesn't matter which country you're in now. Everyone's going to become equal value, equal opportunity in the financial world. So guys, I hope this has been of great help to you. Thank you for being a part of this. And I want to say thank you back to our brother MTRs for hosting as well. And I want to invite you Saturday. Please come and be part of Saturday's training. Talk to the person who invited you. Find out the details in your country, in your time zone. And if you enjoyed today, can you please put a 777 in the chat group so I know that this information helped you, was enjoyable to you. Hopefully it excited you to take action as well if you haven't already. And for those who are in, I want you to encourage you to upgrade your NFTs, okay? And at the moment we have an amazing 92-day opportunity where you can get 15% commissions rather than 5% commissions back between 1st of July to the end of September. That's 92 days where there's a great opportunity, guys. So don't miss that opportunity. Be part of that opportunity. Talk to your leaders to know more about it. Take care, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Have an amazing rest of the Wednesday, whether it's day, afternoon, or evening. And thank you for being here. Bye-bye.